Was Triforce system just a GameCube for arcades? Imagine walking into an arcade in the early 2000s and seeing a familiar console inside the machine. You might wonder if that console is just a regular Nintendo GameCube dressed up for the arcade world. Well, the answer is yes and no. The Triforce arcade system was actually a modified version of the Nintendo GameCube, built specifically for arcade use. It was a joint project between Nintendo, Sega, and Namco, three giants in the gaming industry. They named it Triforce, a nod to the famous symbol from The Legend of Zelda, symbolizing their partnership. The core of the Triforce used the same main motherboard as the Japanese Nintendo GameCube Model Doll 001. The main difference was the boot read-only memory chip, which was changed so the system would run arcade games instead of home console titles. This meant most of the hardware was nearly identical, making it easier for developers to port games between the arcade and home versions. To make the system work in an arcade cabinet, extra boards were added. These handled controls, network connections, and media storage. The Triforce could use GD-ROMs, similar to Sega's Naomi arcade boards or special cartridges, depending on the game. Each game also had a unique key chip, which acted as a copy protection measure. Because it was based on the GameCube, many arcade titles like F-Zero X and Mario Kart Arcade GP were either direct ports or close adaptations of their home versions. This made development faster and less expensive. However, it also meant the arcade experience wasn't very different from playing at home. Seeing a GameCube inside an arcade machine was a fun surprise for gamers of the time. It showed how closely connected console and arcade gaming could be during the early 2000s. So, in simple terms, the Triforce was essentially a GameCube at its heart, dressed up with extra hardware and security features for arcade use. It stands as a unique chapter in gaming history, demonstrating how rival companies could come together to create something new and exciting.